Hey guys, what is up? This is Crowbar, and I am back with a new video today, and it is the intro to the NBA 2K15 series that will be on my channel. So I will be using the Brooklyn Nets in this one, and for this episode it's just the intro, and an idea I had for the intro was to do a radio show where my good friend Mike, or Meek is Smart, hosted the show. Link to his channel and Twitter will be in the description of the video. Go check him out. And I decided to play the role as the GM for the team. Thought it'd be kind of cool. I could show you guys like what I have in store for this team, my plans, and this radio show thing will be a once in every now and then time. So it'll be for this intro. Probably in the off season, I might do it every now and then during the season for big trades or big transactions. But for this, I decided to do the radio show. So I just wanted to clear that up if there's any confusion in the video. But hope you guys enjoy the video, and be sure to like the video if you liked it and give me suggestions if you guys have any. But enjoy the video and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.
Welcome to Nothing But Net, your number one source for everything Nets basketball. I am your host, Meek, and today we have a special guest, the brand new Brooklyn Nets GM, Crowbar. What is going on, Crowbar?
What's going on, Meek? Pleasure to be on the show right now. Love the opportunity to be able to talk to Net Nation, and they can get a voice for who's going to be putting the team on the court. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I really want to see, where you're going to be taking this team this year in 2014, slash 2015 and beyond. It's really cool now they have a new GM. Now that Billy King is gone out the window, the former Nets GM. It's interesting, now they hired you in their place, and I really think you can do a good job. I looked up your resume, and you were a former Harvard graduate, man. That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, I went to Harvard, took some business there, and one thing that really interested me is going to the front office of a professional sports team. So I just got into the Nets after my internship, was working front office with them, and this job came up, and I am blessed to have this job. I have some really great ideas for the team, and I can't wait to get started with them.
Nice. I love it. I can't wait. So let's go ahead and dive right into the team. So, a lot of speculation about the health of Brook Lopez and D. Will and even Joe Johnson coming into the season. What is your expectations for those big three and how they contribute to the Brooklyn Nets right away on the season?
Well, they've always been big guys for the team, and Williams will be a great playmaker, good leader for the team, and Lopez, I'm expect him to have great scoring in the low post. He's always been a great low post scorer, and Johnson, he's just a great isolation guy, and him getting past defenders will be something that he's used to, and as long as they can stay healthy, they should have some pretty good seasons and a pretty good season, and yeah.
All right, that sounds great. Now, talk about the guys that you guys drafted in the offseason. This was your first NBA draft, and it was a loaded one. I mean, you guys didn't really have any picks. The draft was in Brooklyn this year. But you guys got 3 draft picks. I know you guys got Markel Brown, Xavier Thames, who I believe is going overseas, and Corey Jefferson. Why don't you guys talk about those 3 players, not counting Thames, because he's playing overseas. So why don't you talk about, I know the fans want to hear more about Bogdanovich and his role with the team. Markel Brown, who is a filthy dunker. I've seen some highlights.
Oh
of
yeah,
him.
we've I've been to some practices, and he's putting on some shows for the team. Actually, like just doing a bunch of 360s, windmills. I mean, it's fun to watch him dunk, and hopefully we can see some of that in the game. But yeah, those guys, they're not going to be stars coming off. They're not going to be like a Jabari Parker and Andrew Wiggins starting right away. They'll probably be bench guys for the most part. Maybe one of them can break the starting lineup. Yeah, and the last guy, Corey Jefferson, came out of Baylor. One of the last picks in the draft, actually. He will. I expect him to get maybe 4 to 10 minutes a game at the most, and we can see what he does with the team, how he can contribute, and see where we go from there. Hopefully he can contribute, but yeah, that's.
All right. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, you guys had no picks going into the draft. You at least got some young talent around those, aging veteran players. And now one player that's many Brooklyn Nets fans, it's a special place in their heart, is D. Will. Now, there's been a lot of rumors about him in the past. What are your plans with D. Will now and in the future potentially? Is there a trade maybe in the works, or do you guys not want to trade him right now based on his contract? It's really big. So what are you guys' plans? Because you're taking over a roster with some really hard contracts to trade, or just overall really salary cap eating contracts. So what are your plans with D Will? Yeah.
Well, I want to assure the Nets fans that D will be staying all of the season. We have no intentions of trading him this season. Now, next season with a large contract coming up, $21 million about. He will be a free agent coming up in 2 seasons. So we're going to see what we want to do with him. If we can get him back for maybe cheap money, not like $20 million, maybe we can re-sign him. Otherwise, we might have to look and find either somebody younger or find some draft picks, which is something I want to do with this team, is try and get more draft picks, get more younger talent, as this is an aging team. So I wanted to see what we do with D. Will in the future, but like I said, Nets fans, he will be staying for the season, so you don't have to worry about him leaving Brooklyn anytime this year.
All right, perfect, Crowbar. Now, to finish everything off here for today's show, really, with this Nets team, last year they made the playoffs, and then, they got to the first round, won 7 games with the Raptors, and you have the Heat series, which didn't really go all their way. Now, what are you expecting with this team this year? Playoffs, no playoffs, top 4 seed, just getting maybe like an 8th seed, or what do you plan on even making the playoffs? Like, what's your overall thoughts on playoffs this year for the Brooklyn Nets?
Now, what I don't want to promise anything, but I can see this team possibly be fighting for an 8 seed. Like I said, we're an old team, so depending on injuries, if we can stay healthy, I could see us fighting for an 8 seed. And I feel like part of that will be Lionel Hollins. I think he can coach the team in the right direction to bring us to the playoffs this season. We'll have to see where we go from there.
All right, sounds awesome. There you guys have it. For all the fans listening out there in Brooklyn Nets Nation, go ahead and get your tickets. Guys, Brooklyn Nets basketball is coming back. Thank you, Crowbar, brand new general manager of the Brooklyn Nets basketball, looking to bring Brooklyn a championship. Crowbar, you have any more final thoughts?
Thank you for having me. I'd love to do this more in the future. Like I said, I love being able to talk to Nets Nation and letting them be able to hear the voice of the team, of the person that puts their team on the court.
All right. Awesome. Sounds great. All right. Thank you guys for listening out there. Thank you, Crowbar, for stopping on by.
Thank you.